G'day mate, today we are looking at the toe side 540. Now the toe side 5 is, well in my opinion, I find the toe 5 easier than the toe 3. The reason why the toe 5 is better is because you're landing on your heels and you can sort of edge away. When you're doing a toe side 3, often I sort of find that it's almost like not a natural thing to only spin 360. It sort of feels like you need an extra 180 to be able to ride it away on your heels, if that makes sense, and then sort of lean against the rope. That's just my opinion. Anyway, let's get down to business. So this is possibly the first 540 that you're going to learn. Most people would say that the toe 5 is easier than the heel 5. My opinion is that I actually kind of find the heel 5 slightly easier, and the fact that I've got a fairly solid heel 3, so then an extra 180 is kind of more of a natural thing as opposed to the toe 5. As always, personal preference. So starting on the left hand side, cutting out to about 10-15 feet. Nothing, no surprise there. Get to that point where you stop, let go, glide, let your fins do the right thing, get your channel sorted, let the line tension sort itself out. You know the deal. Once you're cutting back in, this is a progressive trick. So you're gonna lock the handle on your front hip. Sounding familiar? Funny that. You're going to build, and when you get to the base of the wake, the key thing with the toe 5 is don't come off your edge and don't just completely lose your momentum. If you do that, then you're going to become off axis really quickly when you get into the air, and it can be quite dangerous with the toe 5. Speaking from personal experience there, I've had some doozies when it comes to toe 5 bails. So the handle's down by your hip. You want to ride up the wake. You want to think with this one, with a toe 5, a couple of key things is that you have to jump first. Okay? So jumping first, and you start your spin when you are in the air, and often the majority of the spinning is when you're coming down from the trick. If you start to spin too early, that's what will make you go off axis, not in a good way, not a toe side off axis 5, which is classy by the way, but you'll become off axis and you'll get pulled out of shape and you'll end up with that dreaded 270 to heel edge to hospital. When you get into the air, after your pop first, 2 hands on the handle when you take off, and you're going to shift it to your right hip, if you're natural, opposite, obviously if you're goofy. And then you're going to go for your standard handle pass. Okay? Same thing, clap behind your back. You'll remember from that front side, heel side 3, that tip, if you struggle to get the handle pass, think of clapping behind your back. Pass the handle, and when you come back around, you want to grab it again. Okay? Remember from that heel 3 again, good habits to learn. Land with 2 hands, so then you've got that future development for your 5s. Once you grab it with that other hand, then the last 180 is actually quite a simple maneuver. So, a couple of key things when it comes to the toe 5. You need to go and pop first, so it's same old story. So chest up, and you go up first. When you are spinning, so a little piece of advice that I had when I was learning it, which was a real massive mind shift for me, because I'd often come in thinking to myself as you're cutting, if there's one thing you remember from this, make this the thing that you remember. I was coming in and I was thinking, right, toe 5, I've got to spin 540, this is going to be a biggie, 540 revolution. It's a lot to sort of get your head around. And you take off, and if you're thinking you've got to spin 540, you'll spin too early, I can guarantee it. But the best bit of advice I ever had was to think of it like you're doing a toe side 180 with a late 360. And that one little bit of advice changed my perception on the whole thing. Because I was then taking off, because most people, if you're trying to learn a toe 5, chances are you got a pretty good solid toe side 180. If you don't, go back and learn it. Get it consistent, get it perfect before you even think about a toe 5. So by doing a toe 5, that means that you take off, you get the right pop, you slowly do a toe side 180, and then you're spinning on your way down, and that you'll be amazed at how much time you have in the air from that little wee shift of thinking toe side 180, right, and then late 360. You'll find you've got so much more time. It's the best piece of advice I ever had when it was coming to wakeboarding. So like I say, when you land on your heels, okay, so you're landing switch, but because you're landing on your heels and you're sort of edging away, it's really simple. And if you keep that handle close to yourself the whole time, that last 180 is really not that much at all. But you'll be thinking of it like it's a late 360. And that's the toe 5. I can't emphasize enough. You pop first, it's a 180, late 360. Keep the handle in close, but give it a crack. It's a good one to try and learn and do one wake first. You can spin it so much easier if you're just doing little wee pops. I can do a toe 5 behind a jet ski wake, and pretty comfortably actually. And sometimes that frustrates me because if you can do a toe 5 behind a jet ski, then often I think, well, surely you could do a toe 7 behind a big wake. If only it was that simple. But yeah, like I say, give it a crack and you'll be surprised at how simple you might actually find it. Next time I'll be doing the heel side 540. Chances are if you've got the toe 5 sorted, then a heel 5 is a nice natural progression to then hopefully link up a couple of sets of 5s, which is a bit of a money gatherer when it comes to a competition pass. So tune in for that and I'll see you then.